If you're curious, this place has a $200 late fee if you're late from your appointment time. Yeah. $200. Well, I didn't pay it. They didn't charge me it. They could have charged me it. I'm like, the worst part is I overslept in your parking lot. And that is just the bummer part of the whole thing. Oh man, they gave me a candy bar. It's the same ones that my kids would sell in school. I think junior high they sold them for $1. I now have one, and it's caramel. I told her, you must want a really good review if you're giving me a caramel. I love caramel. Where are my manners? Welcome to Trucking with Schmidt. And on this beautiful day where the temperatures are sitting right now at 92 degrees, the humidity is at 80%, we are down here in Greenfield, Indiana. Greenfield, Indiana is just east of Indianapolis, Indiana. So technically, it's Indianapolis, Indiana. We're now loaded up with 43,000 pounds of coconut niblets. It goes into cookies, I guess you could say, because we are taking this load back up to North Sioux City, South Dakota. That's a lot of coconut niblets. I don't know. I might have to Google and see what coconut niblets even look like, because once they get you loaded here, you pull ahead, you go back there, there's a bunch of boxes, you shut the doors, they put the seal on it, you walk in there, you get your paperwork, and then you get underway. Yes, we were late. We were not late to get here, but we overslept. My appointment time, I overslept by an hour. So when I woke up, I went in there. She goes, usually we charge $200 to be late, and we're not going to charge you that this time, but you will be a work-in. So whenever they get time to get to you is when they're going to go to you. And rightfully so. I was late. It took them about 3 hours to get to me, which rightfully so. I was late, but I just overslept. That's all there was to it. We had a 6-hour wait at our unload last night down in Shelbyville, Indiana, and by the time I got here, it gave me like 2-hour nap time before it was time to get loaded, and I just overslept, I guess. It's not a big deal. I need to get on there, give them a pretty good review, because that's just a nice thing to do. in Lebanon, Indiana right now at a, what do they call this truck stop? I don't know what they call the truck stop. We're gonna walk across the yard on over here to Steak and Shake. Never eaten at a Steak and Shake. It's pretty good food, but their ice cream's even better. So you can only order there on a kiosk. They don't actually have a person sitting behind a register anymore to order. And the goofy part is, I get to a certain point while I'm filling out this kiosk order, and it literally asks me what percent I would like to leave for a tip. Who's gonna get the tip? The kiosk? One hour and 15 minutes. That's how long we've been in this little traffic jam. We're in between the towns of Lebanon and Crawfordsville on a two-lane road. It cuts across from Interstate 65 to Interstate 74 here in Indiana. I'm not 100% sure what's going on. A couple guys on the radio are telling me it is road construction. But boy, road construction, yeah, it can hold you up for a while, but I don't know if I've ever been held up for an hour or 15 in the middle of the day for road construction. At night I have been, because at night time's usually when they do the bigger projects. They move the bridges in, the pillars, they do all that stuff in the middle of the night, so I will come across those every once in a while. But in the middle of the day, to be sitting for an hour and 15, well, it's just kind of goofy. I don't know. We're gonna have to see when we get up here. Every once in a while I see one, maybe two cars come by me going the opposite direction, but I don't know. We're only about, I'd say give or take, maybe 2 miles from Interstate 74, and they have been working on that that bridge there. That's where they put that new Casey's in. So maybe that's what's going on. Two hours and 10 minutes. We have been in this traffic snarl up for 2 hours and 10 minutes now. That's kind of crazy. Usually when you get around huge cities that might happen, maybe, but I think in all the time I've been trucking, I don't think I've ever been held up for too long during daylight hours. The good part is Interstate 74 is in sight. But if we go at the rate we've been going at when we move up, we're looking at probably another hour to travel this quarter mile. That's what it's been doing. It's you just try to stay positive here. Of course, try to stay cool. We're about 98, 99 degrees, and the feels like temp, I'm not too sure what that is. A lot of guys yelling on the radio. Probably don't want to be trucking right now. I wouldn't mind finding a hole to hide in until the sun went down, because we're at that time of day to when Interstate 74 is going to be kind of crazy, and I'm just not 100% sure that I want to even mess with it. Versus if you wait till the sun goes down, things calm down, things go into more relaxation mode, and you can just wander up the road, kicked back in your recliner, and enjoying life. not even walking the German and I'm up here on the hill walking around in the grass, you forget how nice it is just to go for a walk in the grass. And when I have the German, I just do it. It's just normal, you know, got to go walk the dog. So technically I'm walking myself. Traffic has just now started moving. We moved, I can't remember the exact numbers. I think we moved 56 miles in a total of 4 hours. That's how much it was backed up just from that blacktop construction. I think I say this a lot, and I really think more states should educate themselves from Kansas. Kansas has it figured out. Anytime they lay down new blacktop, they have it figured out. So we're going to get back underway. The sun is finally down, or going down, and now it's the peaceful time to trucking and not the chaotic side of trucking. So let's go relax for a little bit, and I'll see you on the next stop. Just like I figured it'd be, perfection. The relaxation you get from driving at night versus during the day is, well, it's not even comparable. You get the relaxation of an open highway. You get the relaxation of all your temps in the truck running cooler because it's cooler outside. You get to just kick back and just be by yourself. It does make for horrible recording though. Basically, whenever you can either just record the dark highway going down or just when you go through cities. That's about it. However, I am questioning my decision to eat that deer sausage. That deer sausage was from Troy's Deer this past year. My refrigerator came unplugged while we were home last. And I'm trying to convince myself that I just put that deer sausage in there before we left. I'm failing at convincing myself. I think we put that in there last week. I'll have to get back to you on that, on if I'm not feeling well a little bit later in the trip. I'm not sure how this is possible, but this entire refueling area smells like dead fish. It smells like I'm back up at Devil's Lake around the fish cleaning station. That's exactly what this fuel island smells like. Maybe just because it's been in the 90s. Very, very humid. Very, very sticky. It's the only thing I can think of. We are in Tipton, Iowa for a quick splish splash of some fuel before we move on. We're out on Interstate 80 now. You want to know what was probably one of the worst parts about that little traffic snarl we got into earlier in our day? Is when we did get to the guys holding the flag, they were only letting like 7 or 8 vehicles through each time. There was absolutely no lineups on the other side of that debacle that they were causing. They may have had a rhyme or a reason behind it, but it sure didn't make much sense to anybody why they were doing it that way. They could have let, you know, at least 50 cars to 100 cars through, stopped it, then let 50 to 100 cars through on the other side, then stopped it. But they were just letting the other side just go free willy and only stopping the westbound. If you can't tell, that just really goofed up my momentum for the day, you know.